Hey chick, it's Virginia and welcome to my studio. It's Fast Card Friday with a new Hey Chick set that's only good through June, so let's get started. So the Hey Chick set may sound familiar to some of you. We played with it a little bit yesterday, but I'm going to show it to you again. This is the Hey Chick set from a couple years ago. We had this set. And it's been brought back now with a bundle, which means you get the cutters for every single one of the cute little chickens that's up there, including the little egg one. Plus there's some added stuff, a chicken coop, some chicken wire, some little extra eggs. It's just adorable. I love it. And I'm so glad that we have it again. So let's get started with the card because it's a really easy card to do. We're going to start out with 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock that's been scored, and then we're going to stamp our chicken wire right on there using basic gray. These are all the colors we're going to be using today. Cajun Craze, Pretty Peacock, Bumblebee, and basic gray. And we're going to use the basic gray first to do the chicken wire. And I'm going to show you something that's kind of interesting that a lot of people think you have to pull this background stamp out and put it on a big block. I never do that unless I want really good coverage. If I wanted to cover from edge to edge, then I would pull it out. But because I sort of want a kind of unfinished look at the edges, I'm going to ink it up all over. But then I'm not going to worry about whether it stamps perfectly or not. I'm just going to run my fingers up and down and around where I want it to be, but if the edges don't quite cover, that's okay, because it sort of gives it a kind of fun look. And I did pretty good. It looks like it almost covered the whole thing, but I got a nice little few edges open that I kind of like. So now I can go ahead and glue that on here. I love the chicken wire. I just literally just got the stamp set this week because I love this Hey Chick bundle and I'm so happy to have it again. Yesterday I showed some of you, this little cute little egg carton thing that I made with the stamp set. I love this crazy chicken on there. She just makes me giggle. And I'm hoping to fill it with some jelly beans or cute little eggs for my granddaughter. That's something we used to sell. And we don't anymore, but there's lots of ways to use the set to make it fun. So I am going to use the Bumblebee and a square piece of Cajun Craze. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So our card is coming together pretty quick. And I'm excited about the technique we're going to use today because I'm not going to actually color it in. I'm going to do some kind of fun stamping into my chicken to sort of get her to appear. So I'm going to start with a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my chicken first. And I want to stamp her pretty dark because I'm using some pretty strong colors. So I'm going to make sure I got a lot of ink on there. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right about there. Leave it on for a few seconds, stamp my Hey Chick right above the chicken's head. And now I am going to use my Bumblebee first, and I am using painted poppies. I'm using this stamp and this stamp to do all my coloring. It's kind of a crazy idea, but I thought it gave it sort of an artsy feel, and so we're going to just try it. Making sure that I got enough ink on there. It's been a while since I've used that set. And I'm going to stamp slightly higher than at the bottom because I want to have a darker color down there, and I sort of covered my Hey Chick, which I like. So now I'm going to do my Cajun Craze next. And I have a little cloth nearby. I don't want it super dark, so I am going to start out kind of slow. And if it gets dark too quickly, I'll back off. So I'm just going to stamp right in here a couple times with my ink. See how I'm sort of creating sort of a little bit of color in there? And I think that's plenty. I've got a good feel for that. And now I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock, which doesn't match the ribbon I used, but I thought it worked okay. I probably should have used the Misty Moonlight. I just like the green undertone to this color. And I'm just going to stamp that a couple times over the Cajun Craze and into the feet a little bit, just to give it a little shadow. And that's it. That's all the stamping you need to do. Now we're going to punch it out. Now, somewhere in my studio is a 2 1/4 inch punch that we sell, but apparently it's gone. So we're going to have to use my 2 1/2 inch punch that is retired until I can find that. Do you have that happen in your studio where things walk off? I have to call the woman that was helping me clean my studio this morning. I think she might have moved it. Hope it wasn't her, because usually it's right in front of my face, but I literally spent 20 minutes looking for it, and I cannot find it. So I'm hopeful that it's somewhere in my studio. I'm going to sort of set that there. And now I think what I'm going to do this time is I want to make a bow with my twine. And I'm going to do something where I'm going to take 2 lengths of the ribbon and just tie up my bow. It's just easier sometimes to do it by hand than to get it into the bow easy. Now it's way bigger than I want, but I'm just going to make some adjustments. So if I got to pull that one too. There, now I'm happy. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this one. Okay, and now I'm ready. I kind of like that better than the blue. I like the blue, but not hot on it, so I decided I would try this other color when I did this one. And that's the part that's fun for you, is to, to try something different. It's fun to case, but it's also fun to come up with your own way. In fact, my rule in my studios, you do not have to copy me. I actually prefer when you don't copy me and you teach me something. And so many of you share with me the beautiful cards you make that are different than mine, and I get such great ideas. Now, the Gilded Gems I thought were cute. They almost look like a golden egg. I wonder if that would look too silly right down there. Oh my God, I didn't even think about what a great idea that was. Sort of looks like an egg. So that's our Fast Card Friday. Was that fast or what? I didn't talk about this designer series paper, but the designer series paper is different, is new paper that you will get to see in our new catalog. And if you're interested in the Hey Chick bundle, don't forget that it's orderable online, and you just look it up on my website. Use that code that's up at the top here of the information. Look at some of the cute cards you can make with it. I just love this one. Look at how that chicken wire adds another texture. It's just an adorable, adorable set. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's presentation, and I'll see you next Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to get my second shot this weekend, so hopefully I'll be feeling good on Monday. So have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.